Aaron Burr, founding father or a traitor? Orphaned at 3 years old and raised by an uncle, Burr would go on to graduate from the College of New Jersey, now known as Princeton. In 1775, Burr would join the Continental Army and fight in the invasion of Quebec. He would even serve on George Washington's staff for a short period. In 1782, he would be admitted to the New York bar as a practicing attorney, and he would then be elected to the New York State Assembly in 1784. He would continue to climb the political ladder as he became New York's Attorney General in 1789. In 1791, Aaron Burr would defeat Alexander Hamilton's father-in-law, Philip Schuyler, to win a seat in the U.S. Senate. In 1801, following an incredibly tight race and a vote from the House of Representatives, Thomas Jefferson would claim the presidency, with Burr as his vice, although they would always share a strong dislike for each other. In 1804, Jefferson would axe Burr from the presidential ticket in the upcoming election, and Burr would run for governor of New York as he wrapped up his term as vice president. The race would not go Burr's way, as Morgan Lewis would defeat him in a landslide. The famous duel. In 1804, Dr. Charles D. Cooper would go on the record recounting a private dinner he had with Alexander Hamilton, where Hamilton referred to Burr as a dangerous man and said he could often share a despicable opinion. This statement would be printed in the Albany newspaper for all to see. To Burr, this would feel like a direct attack on his character and honor. Aaron Burr would demand a prompt and authentic apology from Hamilton, along with a statement retraction. Hamilton would blatantly give Burr the cold shoulder, as he likely felt vindicated in his original statements. Between this disagreement and other political stances, the groundwork for the duel was set. An illegal but often popular way for two men of the time to hash out an issue over one's honor. July 11, 1804. Both men would leave separate docks and row across the Hudson to their meeting spot. They stepped 10 paces, and with their .56 caliber flintlocks, each fired their shots. Hamilton's shot went wide, which many historians believe to be a gentleman's move to intentionally miss. Burr's shot, on the other hand, would land, striking Hamilton in the abdomen, fracturing a rib and causing injuries internally that would prove to be fatal the next day. Burr would at first flee to Georgia and then South Carolina to avoid murder charges. Despite New York and New Jersey grand juries considering charges, Burr would be allowed to return to D.C. and finish his term as vice president. As Thomas Jefferson's first term ends, Burr would leave Washington, D.C. disgraced and penniless. In search of wealth and stability, he would make his way westward towards the frontier. On this journey, Burr would link up and lead a group of armed thugs and begin to plan treachery. His exact plans are widely debated by historians, but it is believed that his intentions were to form a new empire out west, or possibly even overthrow Mexico and become its president. Thomas Jefferson strongly believed Burr would try to make war with Spain. Aaron Burr's sudden reasons for going from Vice President of the United States to traitor of a young nation is unclear. But what is clear is Burr was a scorned man, and he felt he had been betrayed by those around him. But I think it's fair to say that Alexander Hamilton's statement of Burr being quote-unquote a dangerous man is probably spot on. Burr would be arrested and charged with treason. However, the prosecution would be unable to provide a second witness to his treachery, and at the time, one witness would not suffice. Aaron Burr would be acquitted, but despite this, his reputation was ruined and his pockets would be turned inside out. In 1808, Burr would flee to England, where he attempted to rally support for a Mexican revolution. The British would order him to leave the country due to his outspokenness for revolution, as England was still very much a monarchy at this time. In 1810, he would travel to France to request the help from Napoleon Bonaparte with Mexico. However, deep in conflict himself, Napoleon would show little to no interest. In 1811, with no money and even less support, Aaron Burr boards a ship to head back to the States. But being at war with France, England would capture this ship and detain Aaron Burr until May of 1812. Finally, Burr would end up right back where he started, back in America and practicing law under an assumed name of Edwards. Things would not get easier though. He would lose his only child to a drowning, then marry a wealthy widow and completely squander her fortune on land speculation. After a petition and trial for divorce, his wife would win her freedom from Burr, as Aaron Burr would die the same day the judge granted the divorce. A man who should go down in the history books as a founding father and a true American hero will instead be forever shrouded in controversy, with the cloud of treachery hanging over his name. His saga is similar to that of Benedict Arnold. And as the wheel of history spins, we will be there to tell their stories. If you enjoy what we do, please like and subscribe.